Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. I did a little flash video late last night talking about the loophole in the law allowing dogs from England and Wales to be placed into Scotland. Particularly, we're looking at the XL bullies, that kind of dog that has been banned in England and Wales. And now, having created the loophole deliberately to make sure that there was a difference between English and Scottish law, in order to sort of use that and utilise that as another difference so they can lever away Scotland from the UK, the SNP are now complaining that all these English and Welsh dogs are flooding into Scotland. They don't really want all these aggressive, nasty, child-killing dogs. And, well, what do you expect? You're the ones that created the loophole specifically to create that difference, and now it doesn't suit you. What a shame. Perhaps you two should have banned the dogs and kept up with England. But that's not what they're saying. What they're saying now is that England should have consulted a Scottish minister on whether England should ban the dogs in the first place. These people live on cloud cuckoo land. Anyway, we'll have a look at this, see what the problem is, and see why they are now ruining the decision to not align the laws. Here goes. So, SNP Minister is now complaining about the killer bully XL dogs flooding into Scotland, despite them being the ones who created the loophole which allows it to happen in the first place. Because, of course, they need that difference. Oh, look at us, we've got different laws, we need to be a different country. And now, bang, filling up, absolutely, with these massively dangerous dogs. And yes, I know half the problem is the thick, stupid, inadequate owners. But the dogs themselves are problematic because they are so big, they are so powerful, and they just will not let go once they bite. It is instinctive upon them. They have been bred for this role, if you like, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I do think it's a breed that needs to not exist anymore. Anyway, the Scottish Government's Community Safety Minister, Siobhan Brown, complained that people in England and Wales were sending dangerous canines across the border and insisted it wasn't her fault for not banning the animals in Scotland. You're the public safety minister. Whose fault is it if it's not yours? You're the one who has to decide whether these things are dangerous or not. If they are dangerous, ban them. If they're not dangerous, quit moaning. What's your position? I don't think she knows, like so many. SNP hasn't got a clue. An SNP minister has complained about dozens of killer bully XL dogs flooding into Scotland despite creating the loophole that allows it to happen. Community Safety Minister Siobhan Brown refused to follow the UK government in making it illegal to own the canines from December the 31st. She cited that there was not enough evidence for her administration to follow suit and said that they should have been consulted before the animals were outlawed south of the border. Who the hell does she think she is? They're the ones, the SNP are the ones saying, oh, we need different rules, all different independence. How can you say that and then say, oh yes, but this, for us, what is a foreign country, needs to consult us before changing the law? No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't need to do anything. By your own rules, they are free to do these things. The ultimate hypocrisy. The fact that you choose not to ban danger to the public is your lookout. Nothing to do with England and Wales. They are separate countries according to you. Stupid rules, isn't it? Anyway, and just another thought. The first line there, not enough evidence. How many dead people does she want? There have been loads of people killed. Grown men. Now, if a grown man is being killed by these dogs, what chance has a child got? So let's not talk about lack of evidence. Anyway, dozens of the dangerous dogs which have been linked to deaths throughout the UK have been moved to Scotland before and after the ban, with one lover even transporting 33 of them to new homes north of the border. Miss Brown complained about this loophole being exploited. Of course it's exploited, but you are the ones who created the loophole by not banning them. You cannot sit there and say, yes, this is the law. Oh, look, people are using the law. It's not a loophole if they're obeying the law. It's an oversight problem from you failing to act. She said that the Scottish Government was still weighing up evidence on whether similar constraints would be introduced. She advocated responsibility for the dogs being moved to Scotland, saying that the ban in England and Wales should still allow for owners violating the rules to be held accountable for their actions without having an impact in Scotland, whatever that means. They're not allowed to have them in England. They've moved them to Scotland where they are allowed. What's your problem? If you have a problem with these dogs, ban them. Otherwise, shut the hell up. Seriously. She told the BBC Radio Scotland's Drive Time programme, it is concerning to hear reports that XL bully dogs are being moved to Scotland for rehoming. Why? Do you love these animals? Do you love dogs? Or not? Because according to you, they're perfectly safe. She said, we have made it clear to the UK government that people in England and Wales should not use any loopholes that could be created to get rid of their dogs north of the border or anywhere else in the UK. Why? What can you do about it? You were given the opportunity to ban them and you chose not to. What are people to do? Are you advocating for the mass slaughter of dogs? Sorry, you're not very clear in your position here, are you? Come on, Siobhan, tell people. She said any dog attack is atrocious, which it is, but we need to have a balanced view and we will make a decision based on evidence. She said, I've got a dog. If I had an XL bully living next to me, and this is what I would say to everybody, if you've got a Rottweiler next to you or a German Shepherd next to you and you do not feel safe, you should be getting in touch with your local authority if that dog has behavioural problems so the dog control notice can be put in place. Yes, there you go. Still don't understand what your problem is. You're sitting there moaning and saying, yes, we allow them, and then they're complaining that people are moving their dogs there because they're allowed. Do you not get it, Siobhan? Do you really not get it? This is what happens when you create rules to pretend that you're different. And then those rules come back and, like the dogs, bite you on the arse. She said if the dog was under control and it was a family member of the house next door, I wouldn't have concerns. I couldn't say that just because of the breed. Now, 90% of it is down to bad owners. On the other hand, if you look at the people who tend to own these dogs, they tend to be rather inadequate men, don't they? Probably renting their houses, probably never working, lots of tattoos, probably on do a lot of substances, that sort of thing. Because they're the sort of people that own them. Losers in life own these dogs. Most people don't own them because they're not losers. It really is as simple as that. Get rid of the breed. Let them go. I actually think, now if you look at the picture of the dog, let's come back here. You see, it's a dog that has a shortened snout. It is a bully. It's a bulldog type. They breed them for the shortened snout. And back in the day, that was bred so that they could literally hang on to bulls' lower lips. So these bulldogs would jump. Because there is a thing that if you hold, and this is it's just one of those weird things. It's like laying a chicken on its back. If you hold a bull's lower lip, it becomes very docile. And it will do more or less do what you want and go where you want. And so they used to get these dogs, the bulldogs, that would hang on to the lower lip of a bull, and then you could take it and control the bull. That's what they were bred for. We don't need that in a modern day and age. It's not. We have different things now. It's the very fact that a bulldog exists really is something that PETA ought to be on, because this shortening of the snout causes insane breathing problems. It doesn't do anything for the health of the dogs. The bulldogs and the bulldog breeds, like French bulldogs and Boston terriers and things like that, pugs, all these shortened snout things, all have terrible, terrible health problems. They're not supposed to be like that. And I think that and they're called molasses, the molasses type dogs. And I think they all need to be just let go, to be banned. I'm not saying go out and slaughter them, keep the ones that are alive, but don't let them breed and let the breeds go. That's the humane way. Anyway, I shall end there and come up. I don't know what your all views are. I'm not asking for the slaughter of dogs. I'm saying let them go. Don't breed anymore. Let the whole breed go. I don't like the sort of wholesale putting down of dogs unless they are an absolute danger, in which case yes. But they're just a breed that needs to go. Anyway, coming up. Now, I absolutely adore dogs. I think dogs are marvellous creatures. It's a fact that we only are human beings because the dogs created us. People think that we created dogs. It's the other way round. When the dogs started hanging around us, when we were hunters, the wolves would come in and we'd throw them a bone kind of thing. And then they started hanging around with us. And in the end, we used the dogs to collect the game. And that, of course, was the beginning of farming, of territoriality. We started owning things. And that was down to the dogs bringing the game to us rather than us going to the game. And that is why dogs created humans. It's a mutual thing. It's symbiosis. And we are so closely aligned with dogs and we love them. My brother's, his partner's family never really had dogs. Never had dogs growing up. Never had a dog. Literally. And then she started coming in and mixing with our family. We've all got dogs. I've got a dog. Sister's got a dog. Mum and Dad's got dogs. We've always had dogs. And she started coming in. All of a sudden, she was very much into dogs. Well, they had to look after one of the dogs one time, holiday. And in the end, you know, it's like, wow, you know, I didn't know how much fun having a dog was, and got a dog. You know, this is a woman who never grew up with dogs. Got a dog. I love dogs. Dogs are people. Dogs are family members. But some dogs, some breeds are more dangerous, and I think the dangerous breeds need to go. Like I say, you don't have to slaughter them. Just let them live out. Listen, in 10 years' time, if you just let them go, even puppies now, 10 years' time, all these dogs have gone. Just don't breed them. Ban the breed. Anyway, I shall stop there. I shall finish. I've gone on a bit there, but thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button. I'm not gonna push this yet, but I'm just gonna say, hey, we're nearly there at 10,000. Keep pushing. Only 990 to go, or whatever it is. Oh dear heavens to Betsy. Right, that's it. I'm out of here. I will speak to you later. Thank you. Goodbye. Soon be 10,000.